had to bring in like vision boards, and on his he brought in a picture of his penis, and then on the left a bunch of pictures of Hebrew national hot dogs. Here's Ryan Gabos.
There you are.
Thank you. How's it going? Let's give it up for the rest of the performance. Okay. So yeah, like budding sexuality and kids. You know, we realize things, and you know, I remember, you know, something I did was like I think I was like 12 years old, and I before I went to bed one night, like I was brushing my teeth, and I got a scrap of paper and I wrote in pencil the word breasts. And I was like, okay, all right, get it out. And I erased it and I ripped it up into pieces and I threw it away in the trash. And that's, we all have different ways. And that was early. So there were these are just some little pieces of, this is really tough. This is like I would tell a therapist about this, but we're here. A few summers ago, me and my friends from high school are sitting around the campfire. We're talking about, you know, weird stories about high school and you know, before then. My one friend is like, I got a story for you. And he's like, you remember Steve? And I was like, yeah, Steve was a douchebag. He was on football team. He was a fucking asshole. He had a mohawk. He always, whatever, fuck him. And he was like, I used to hang out with Steve back before I hung out with you guys. And like this one time, my mom had me have him sleep over this one day in 7th grade. And we went down to my rec room and it was cool and whatever. I pop in Eurotrip, the movie Eurotrip. I've never seen it. My friend and Steve did, and they watched Eurotrip, and it gets to this point in the movie where there's an obligatory shot of a girl in her panties, and she's sexy. And this is something you have to throw in the road trip, Eurotrip, whatever. You have to throw that in there for like 20 seconds. So that appears on screen, and Steve, he perks up the ears. And he sort of just gracefully moves behind. They're sitting on this like gigantic love seat, and then he sort of just like, I'm gonna go over here. And he moseys behind the love seat, and there's this Go Fit exercise ball that's placed behind it. It's a rec room, it's down there. And he gets behind there and he starts bouncing up and down. Just a little bounce going. And he's watching Road Trip and this scene, and he's like, hey, to my friend, he's like, hey, rewind it. And he's like, what are you talking, why? This was a 15 or 20 second scene. He's like, rewind it. And so he's like, all right, whatever, I'm not gonna ask questions. And so he just rewinds this for my friend, and then he's like, is that good? No, keep doing it. Keep playing the scene. Over and over. Over and over. And so he doesn't ask questions anymore, he just keeps playing the scene, and he glances back and he realizes that Steve is masturbating. And he has just played Igor to the Professor Boner Frankenstein. And then it happened, and so then he joined him back on the love seat, and that was that. And the sleepover resumed. Like another woo! Okay, let's watch the rest of Eurotrip. So that happened. And me and my friends, this was a story, and we were like, haha, wow, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, I can beat that. That doesn't touch what I have seen. So we're going to go back to 1st grade. I had 2 friends, Chris and Justin. Chris was like one of my best friends. I haven't talked to him in years. I miss the guy. He's a great guy. Justin, he's the reason I'm telling you this story. So we'll go from there. So it's 1st grade. Chris says to me and Justin, he says, hey, we're going to have a sleepover this weekend. And we were like, yeah, awesome. And that's really super cool because back in 1st grade, that early in elementary school, your parents aren't as you know, they're a little bit reluctant to always have their kids going out and spending the night somewhere else, but they're like, yeah, okay, you can have a sleepover. So like, this isn't just any type of sleepover you're familiar with. We're first graders. We're gonna do it right. We had his parents order us a pizza. We played F-Zero on his NES system. We had his parents rent us Mystery Men. You remember that movie? Ben Stiller? William H. Macy? It's really funny. It holds up. You should watch it. So we watched that, and then, the time comes, his dad's like, all right, kids, hunker down, we'll see you in the morning, we'll make you some breakfast. And then the parents go off to bed. We're not going to sleep. We're first graders. Yeah, we're all hyped up. We had some Mountain Dew. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk all night about this and that. Ooh, Chris has some model planes we can check out. Justin had another agenda. This is very true. So Justin's like, hey, Chris, your parents are asleep, are they not? Yeah, we're gonna stay up. Chris smuggled some Cheetos in his room. It's gonna be fun. Eat some Cheetos and talk. You realize what this means? Yes? We can do this. We can make this happen. We're like, Justin, what are you, we're gonna stay up late and just talk, whatever. What are you talking about? Guys, don't play dumb with me. You realize what we can do, the three of us right now. We're like, Justin, please spare us the subtlety, just, fuck, what are you talking about? And he was like, all right, if I have to come out with it, the three of us, and I'm not talking just me and Chris or me and you, Ryan, just all three of us at once can take off our pants, and we can take off our underpants too. We can just have our penises out. And where do we go from there? So Justin was way too young to be a hippie and be like, this is cool. And we were too young to even know what homophobia was, so we weren't like, oh dude, that's gay, don't do that. We just kind of were like, nah, let's just check out Chris's B-52 models. That's not, that sounds weird. Nah, that's just nothing. And Justin was extremely persistent. We made him very angry that we did not want to do this. He kept pressing the point. He's like, guys, our wieners! All three of our wieners could be out! We're gonna show each other the wieners. I want to see your wieners. Let's see each other's wieners. It's simple. We can keep talking. So we keep avoiding this, and he goes to his last-ditch effort to get us on board with this. And he took out his wiener, and his first grade tiny flaccid wiener, and he stretched it out. This is so real. He stretched it out. He aimed it at the both of us. He took the urethra lips of his penis, which, if you don't know, it kind of just imagine like a little closed tulip bud with no eyes. He moved it like a mouth and performed the most fucked up ventriloquist act I've ever seen. How long do I have to wait to see your penises? 1 minute? 2 more minutes? 3 more minutes? So that was the sleepover. We never showed him our penises. I think he just kind of talked himself to sleep with his own dick. Anyone know good counseling times at Hudson? Thank you.